Well, hello, this is Stewie. We're having a sexy party with Manny Moonraker on the Tempest Universe. Cheers!
China!
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China!
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
The Tempest Universe. Hey, I don't even know how to start the damn podcast anymore live. Actually, it was a whole minute late because I couldn't press the right buttons. I couldn't upload stuff. This is just disgusting. But it is the Tempest Universe. I'm your host, Manny. Man, my Monday has lasted all the way to today. Hopefully it ends tomorrow because I'm starting to miss the other days of the week. It's been kind of rough. Now, I figured it would be. Got a lot of work going on, a lot of projects that are happening outside of the podcast. Actually, the podcast is dying slowly. Believe it or not. I guess you have to have at least 2 episodes, otherwise people don't listen. It's just been crazy. It's so crazy right now. I've mixed coconut whiskey and coconut vodka together just to do this episode. It's a really nice taste, though. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. It's like the nuke. I just nuked my cup here with whiskey and vodka, but it's good to be back live. Unfortunately, I've been so busy I couldn't even do a damn pre-recorded episode. So I was like, I got to get on here live, otherwise that'll be the end of the podcast if there's no episodes. Because hell, what are people going to listen to? What are they going to listen to? I don't know. But it's been weird. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. And what I tell you, when 4 o'clock hit, I was gone. Literally gone. And I just decided to set my alarm and get on here and get this done. Because there's stuff we got to talk about. And it was the weirdest thing. I woke up at 3:15. I, went to go water the daisies from the second floor window. And, that is when they say that the veil is the thinnest between the life now and the afterlife. And for fuck's sake, I couldn't go to sleep. I just laid there. And then all of a sudden, while I'm thinking about the fact that it's 3:15 in the morning and, shit can go down from the other side, all of a sudden my phone just gets bright, lights up the whole room, and I was like, I'm fucked. But no. I survived. The glowing phone, so go back to sleep after that. Because I thought I was a goner for sure. All these horror movies I watch, they kind of, after a while, they get to you. But we got stuff to talk about. We got Russia in the news. We got Space Force in the news. Choppers and advanced humans. I don't know who they are. I wish I could meet some of them. But although humans I meet are a little bit fucked up in the head. I'm just saying. That's the truth. By the way, the music today is a little crazy. So what I've decided to do, since the music service will be ending sometime next year. I think they've moved it now from January to June of next year. I'm just picking all kind of music I've never played before, just for the hell of it. So you guys, I know you're going to be on the trigger just waiting to fast forward the music. It's okay. Some of you might just grab a martini and say, fuck it, let's just enjoy it. Because it is coming to an end. Check this out.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
On Tuesday, the head of Russia's Roscosmos apparently announced that they're going to withdraw from the ISS in 2024. Or like right after. But they can't fucking make up their mind. They have no idea. And then all of a sudden they came back and said, oh, excuse me, comrade. Apparently we have misspoken. 2028. I think they all sound like vampires, like the Count. 2028 will be the time for us to back out of this endeavor. Yeah, so now they changed their mind. They pushed it back by 4 years. Not because, you know, they're scared they'll miss the ISS. But apparently the time frame for their own space station has been moved back by 4 years. So, you know, so then they come in and say, oh, no, we changed our mind. Nope, sorry. We were just kidding. We're just, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're just messing with you. We're a little angry, a little hot under the collar these days. Yeah, there you go. NASA itself apparently is thinking that the ISS will be around until 2030, at which point, sometime in 2031, they're going to dump that shit into the ocean. Okay. Somewhere in the Pacific, there's that place that they call the satellite graveyard, where they dump all these stuff, the big items that are in space. They just they're dumping off the Pacific. This is crazy. Like, so the EPA is mad at SpaceX because of the birds, but NASA's gonna dump a whole ass space station into the water. What the fuck is going on? I don't understand this. Why anybody's complaining about that? This is crazy. You would think it would have like a kill switch. Just blow the shit up in space. That would make for some, you know, nice fireworks. You know, it's weird because at the end of the day, they really should just cut ties right now. Why are you fucking around? I mean, really, we need to do science together now? No. They really should just cut off the Russians altogether. I'm sorry for the 3 people in Russia that listen. But it's true. Just cut them off. You got your own shit being developed? Good. Jump on that whenever you're ready. According to the Russians, 2028 is when their, you know, space station is going to be ready. If they can get it into space, let's be honest. But according to Yuri Borisov, he said, we will fulfill our obligations to our partners, but the decision to withdraw from the station have been made. Whatever. You know, something's got to be said for the way the world is just letting the Russians do whatever the fuck they want. Crazy. This International Space Station is another one of those things. You know, hey, you tell me you're going to leave, fuck out of here. And I'm going to extend your stay for 4 more years. Are you stupid? Get out of here. But then again, it's NASA, right? So, I don't know. It's just crazy. They really just need to, just let them go quietly into their good night. I mean, do we really need to be sharing science experiments and quarters in space when apparently there's a lot of animosity, tons of animosity with the Russians and everybody else? So why bother? Just let them go. Listen, give them one of those attachments, one of those things on there. You let them take it piece by piece as a memento. Here, you can keep this capsule over here. You can take our $1 billion shitter, put it in your ISS. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Could you imagine if after paying $1 billion for the fucking toilet that's on the ISS, they just dump it into the Pacific Ocean? How many people do you think are going to get out there with ships to find that toilet? I would assume there's going to be a lot of deep sea diving looking for the shitter out in the Pacific when this thing goes down. Shit may not. If I had the resources, I'd look for it too. Fuck it. But would love to have $1 billion toilet in my house. So this is what's going on right now, So they're going back and forth. I'm sure it's going to change again, The funniest thing is that the other day I was sitting at work and all of a sudden it came to me as like the freaking James Webb Telescope completely threw the war in Ukraine right the hell out the news. That's all you need to have people forget what the hell's going on in the world is pretty pictures. That's it. They get totally distracted. Allegedly, stuff still is going down out in the Ukraine. Hold on a second. I got to take a swig. This is what happens when you do live. Like your throat gets dry, you got to pause. When normally right now, I just stop fucking recording. See what I mean? The magic of not being live. But the shit in Ukraine hasn't changed. Stuff's still going down, but, we're looking at pretty pictures of space. Crazy. I say let the Russians go. If there's more to this article regarding what they said and all the other plans the Ruskies have been making and continue to change their minds about, but, according to maybe Vladimir Putin spoke too soon. Because apparently they still need the rest of the world to keep their space program afloat. Check this out.
Faster than the speed of light, we stretch time. Snare drum pass, wicked sins. Faster than the speed of light. And we touch.
Country I ever heard of. They speak English and what?
Imagine, if you will, that you live in, let's say, the state of Florida. You know, and you're out there on your porch, you're dodging, all kind of alien mosquitoes, because the mosquitoes in Florida give no fucks about you or anybody else. But you're sitting on your porch, right, and you got yourself a nice, Budweiser, scratching your left testy, sniffing your fingers in between the swigs of the beer. You see your kids running around, barefooted, wearing shorts, burnt to a crisp. And then you get a download from the President of the United States. Yeah. What do you do? Well, to be honest, you might be Corey Allen Johnson. You might steal an F-150 and drive it to the nearest Space Force base, because the President of the United States done told you that there's a war between aliens and Chinese dragons. This actually, this actually happened. Apparently, Mr. Johnson stole an F-150 and drove, or was headed towards Patrick Space Force Base in Brevard County, Florida. And this was reported to military.com. Now, let's not jump to conclusions here, because they never really fucking made it. Of course not. But Biden told him, well, it doesn't really say what president. I guess it could have been any president. It doesn't say specifically in the story, but he said that the president told him he needed to tell the government there were U.S. aliens fighting Chinese dragons. I mean, this is what happens. This right here.
An effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
I would imagine that's what it sounded like in his head when he got that download. He said he admitted he had no idea where or who owned the damn truck he stole, because he took it without permission. But he received specific instructions from the President of the United States to get to Space Force and deliver that message. Sadly enough, he didn't get to do what the President wanted. He didn't deliver the message.
Emotional damage!
No, he didn't. He didn't get to warn Space Force of the pending war between the U.S. aliens and the Chinese dragons. Instead, he got arrested for Grand Theft Auto. Here's my thing. We're all about aliens and shit now, right? The government's open about it. Why not just let him just report what he had to report? I mean, there might have been something there. It is very possible that Biden was somewhere with his feet inside of, in his tub, hanging out at the edge of it, possibly half naked, with aluminum foil on his head, and he sent that message. I think it's plausible. Well, poor Patrick, I mean, not Patrick. He didn't make it to Patrick Space Force, so the message was never sent. But hopefully some of the guys over at the base in Brevard County, Florida, hopefully they read this article and they'll be able to do something about it. I mean, what if that was a real download? I mean, listen, if we're going to openly in Congress talk about UFOs, whether they're from a near peer, aka Russia, China, then why can't we talk about downloads? Why can't these UFOs that no one seems to be able to catch be beaming messages to folks in Florida to get to Space Force? I think it's a real deal. It's just weird. It's just weird. They should have let him do it. He should have sent the message. Someone should have gone to the White House to check on the president because apparently he's doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. Now, the article says that that specific base, Patrick Space Force Base, is in charge of satellite launches, operations on the east coast of America. And apparently, it's now involved in the fight between U.S. aliens and Chinese dragons. Technically. So they didn't get the intelligence they needed. Thank you, Brevard County cops. You done fucked it up. Now, the entire East Coast is going to be at war with the Chinese dragons. And that could mean something. You know what I mean? Everyone's afraid of China. As Trump. Maybe there was a message there. Maybe there was something they needed to know in this download. I mean, I wish him well in jail. I hope everything goes okay, but he's probably getting some more downloads from the president. I mean, it could happen, right? It is possible. It happens all the time. Doesn't it happen to you? Check this out.
On the road, headed back to New Orleans, driving in the country past old-timey scenes. Big birds were singing in the tall willow trees, mighty fine. 3 words written on a paper bag: I miss you, was written in a message in black, thrown in a van 2,000 miles back, a better time. And how many souls and times that I've told of places that I'd want to be, and how many days when I could have stayed instead of just getting up to leave. And given we make time, I'll meet you down the line. A long coat, walking on a New York street, a pack of crushed cigarettes that fell to her feet. Well, ain't it odd how some people meet? But that's the truth. And 2 pictures buried in a guitar case, underneath the music sheets all over the place. I caught a glimpse of the sweetest girl's face I ever knew. And how many souls and times that I've told of places that I'd like to be, and how many days when I could have stayed instead of just getting up to leave. And given we make time, I'll meet you down the line. And all the days from now to then, if they never seem to come or to go, will find me in your memories that keep you from getting so low. And given we make time, I'll meet you down the line. Down the line, we'll meet up down the line. Down the line.
I don't know if NASA really remembers the last 2.5 years dealing with COVID. I feel like they've totally forgot about it, especially now that they've had all these pretty colors from space. Apparently they want 2 more choppers on Mars in order to return material by the early 2030s. There was an article about a psychic around the time that COVID first came out, and it actually predicted that we'd get hit by another pandemic, COVID-related, in the 30s. I think it was Sylvia. What's her name? Sylvia. Yeah, Sylvia. You know, from she used to be on a damn talk show all the time. But apparently she predicted it in one of her books. I can't remember her fucking last name. What the hell? Sylvia something. Sylvia Jockstrap. I don't know. Anyway, so part of their Mars Sample Return Program, or MSR, they're going to be sending these little choppers as a backup because there is a lander that NASA and the European Space Agency are going to be sending over to Mars. Now, you know that the rover, Percy, is collecting samples right now. It's taking the samples, putting it in little canisters. And then this particular program, or whatever the fuck, Doomsday, the end of life on the planet, they're going to send this lander, the 2 choppers up there, get to do choppa. And they're basically going to bring these samples back to our planet. According to Richard Koch, he told reporters during a briefing that allowing this program to use the capabilities of choppers or helicopters to go across the surface would be incredible. It would allow them to pick up the samples from the tubes that Perseverance is leaving behind, combined with the retrieval lander that's also going to be part of that mission, and they're going to bring all that shit back to our planet. It's like they forgot. They totally forgot what the hell happened. Just like COVID never happened. This pandemic never really materialized for them. Apparently NASA was so taken back by the Ingenuity little baby chopper that made 29 flights on Mars when it went up there with Perseverance, that now they got plans. Now they got big plans to bring back microbial COVID-39 life to our planet. I mean, I'm sure, and I hope, that someone really has some serious fucking controls behind this. Because as much as they want to believe that the planet is dead, I guarantee you there has got to be microbial life there. And it probably is not going to be really friendly to us. I mean, we're not going to end up superheroes once it gets exposed to our atmosphere. I'm sure something will go wrong. It's almost inevitable, right? When you're messing with things like this, things that you, as a organization, know that you know dick about. I'm just saying, got to be more careful. They've even said that in all their efforts to keep microbial life from attaching itself to the vehicles that get sent to Mars and the Moon, it's not even 100%. So imagine if you're not even in a controlled environment and you're bringing that back to the planet. Scary business. Scary business. I mean, we all got to live in fucking bubbles from now on. Once this happens, just forget about it. If you live in Florida, move. Anywhere that vehicle lands, it's just going to be nuts. Now, these two choppers, the Ingenuity Remix, these are going to be a little fancier. So they're going to have wheels instead of landing legs. They're also going to have a mini robotic arm in order to grab these sample tubes that Perseverance is leaving around. I mean, listen, the Chinese have had some crazy-ass fucking robots and lander vehicles go up to the moon and stuff like that in Mars. This is finally really a fascinating project, but unfortunately, it involves bringing shit back. And that's, I don't know, I think eventually it's going to become an issue. Listen, I had COVID like what? About 5 weeks ago. I still can't stop coughing. So imagine getting, COVID-55 from Mars. What are you going to do then? I don't know, it's scary times, I think. Though it is, like I said, a pretty cool fucking plan. But they need to take that shit to like a space station or something like that. Leave it at, maybe by that time, there'll be a moon base. And then they could take all the Mars shit there. And not just Mars shit, Saturn shit, Europa shit. Shit from anywhere. Just drop it on the moon. Don't bring it back to the planet. Things are already fucked up as it is. Now, apparently, the choppers are going to be part of a backup plan just in case the first plan does not work with Perseverance. So we'll see what happens. These guys, they're really happy about it. They're excited. They're able to fly on Mars. So we might see a lot of crazy shit going down. But I'm sure it'll cost quite a lot of money from taxpayers to bring back these diseases in the rocks. So get ready. It's coming. One more article to go. I forgot, what's this one about? Oh, yeah. UFO experts. I love them. They make the world go round.
Trust me, we got the power to change the world. Need you to trust me. You will get no less than you deserve.
This next one is really good. It deserves a lot more research, to be honest. Anna Whitty, who is a self-proclaimed UFO expert. Does that even exist? I don't understand. Anyway, Anna wrote a book. It's called The UFOs, A Fundamental Truth. There's apparently a 2-hour documentary she's going to be part of, and it's relating to the Roswell crash because we give so many fucks about it. She says that aliens are really humans, but very, very advanced form of humans. Part of this came from a testimonial that came from a colleague of Albert Einstein, a lady by the name of Shirley Wright. According to Shirley Wright, she interviewed the aliens found at Roswell crash. Like, we just solved the whole thing just now in this article. There's no mystery to Roswell. Shirley Wright had all the information and she passed it on to Anna Whitty. And now we have a book about advanced humans. Maybe part of being advanced, you get big heads, big eyeballs, and you're short as fuck. Those are the disadvantages, right? But then again, you can fit anywhere, basically. You're like a little chubby baby, you know? Oh, well, these guys are kind of skinny, but still. I'm sure there's like fat aliens too somewhere. She says that basically these advanced humans probably had to escape many eons ago because of all the craziness and the cycles of destruction the planet goes through. So they decided to hide somewhere under the ocean somewhere. And that's where they've been living. And so we see these little probes, these glimpses of this advanced civilization, which is really just here on our planet. Sometimes when you think about these things, you're like, maybe that's the right answer. Maybe that's what's going on. She says, and I quote, "It makes sense because there's a lot of evidence on the planet that there have been massive cataclysms every few thousand years. So why not just hide?" I would imagine that if we saw something heading our way, we usually miss all the big rocks in space, right? Until like the week that they're going to fly by. But let's say we get to the point where we are, from a satellite perspective or telescope or whatever, we're able to identify, the dinosaur killer, the doomsday rock that's coming from space. And we're able to do something like hide. Like we have enough time to dig fucking tunnels or live in gigantic cities under the ocean or something like that. Wouldn't you do it? Wouldn't that be the thing? I mean, it's possible. Could there be humans down there? And because they get no fucking sunlight, they got no hair, they got no fucking, penises, vages. They're just hairless. It could be. You've got to evolve, right? Especially if you're hiding somewhere for thousands of years. There's no need for those things. You're advanced. No sex organs. No armpit hair. None of that. Because you're underground. This is not the first time I hear this story. The name is new to me, of course. Some of you might have heard about this lady. Some of you might be familiar with Anna Whitty and her claims. Or maybe Shirley Wright. Because I would think that someone who knew that was a colleague of Albert Einstein would have made some waves back in the day. And people would know his story. She continued to say that she does think that they've always been here. And that it's more likely that aliens come from somewhere under the sea or caves or something like that, rather than another planet. She says if humans on the surface are being reset to the Stone Age every several thousands of years, and these people are somewhere, they are more protected because they are underground, and perhaps their development in technology and intelligence is continuing on an upward trajectory, whereas we are about to reset. Fascinating idea. Where's the proof? I don't know. Because I'm sure even if this Shirley Wright told Einstein that, I'm sure he had questions about that shit. I'm sure he didn't just let it go. We have the same questions. But is it possible that all the things that we're seeing are really from our own planet? Because there's another civilization here sharing the planet with us that we're not familiar with. I mean, it really explains a lot. Maybe our near peers live underground. Fascinating idea. The link for this one is in the description, actually, for all the stories. Check that out. I don't know. This Roswell documentary is going to be interesting, especially if they have, opposing views on there about Anna Whitty's perspective on this. Which really, I mean, at this point, who fucking knows, right? Who knows what the hell is going on in the oceans, underground? All I know is eventually somebody's got to give us some answers. And Russia and China, they are not the ones. Thank you guys for listening. This is the end of the episode for this week. Check out these articles and the rest of the episodes. And don't forget to share and like. Until next week, ciao.
I'm back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, and she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing jiggle, jiggle.
And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow.
Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche.
Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy. At the Millies, out on Club Hurst. Give the word if it's a city, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road runner, keep my motor going.
Hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I bust a nut, she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Niggas let it show and tell, but all my niggas know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't
and
going.
We going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow,
Yeah, not for real. Double I. Do it, die, you already know. Don't try. This at home, cause none of y'all really fucking with us.
The beginning of the end.